Hey there, Pathless Peddlers. Today we are in Tucson, Arizona, and we're going to do a shop visit with a shop that focuses on commuter bikes, but also cargo bikes and touring bikes here in Tucson, Transit Cycles. So let's check it out after the break. So we're here with Duncan, the owner of Transit Cycles. Can we get a tour?
Sure. Transit started about 3 years ago, and our focus is bikes for transportation, touring, cargo bikes. And along with that, a lot of the things that we do a lot of are a lot of bags. My wife likes to call it a bag shop that carries bikes.
This is a really impressive selection, by the way, for a bike shop.
Thanks. Bags is a great category because we can work with a lot of companies that do product here in the U.S., which is something we try and do as much as we can, as much as possible. So companies like Swift Industries, North Street Bags out of Portland, Oveja Negra, which is a bike packing bag maker from Colorado, Roadrunner Bags out of Los Angeles. A lot different from a lot of the shops here in town. Great to see smaller companies kind of coming up that were kind of bringing that manufacturing and that kind of stuff back into the U.S. That's something that's really important to me personally.
Can you talk a little bit about your tire selection?
We're starting to do a lot with Plus bikes. We also, again, kind of supporting the whole touring bike thing, gravel bike. We do a lot of, 700C kind of gravel tires from WTB and, a little bit from Compass. Pretty big fan of the Gravel King from Panda Racer.
So how is a gravel scene in Tucson?
It's growing. There's not a lot of out the front door gravel here.
Okay.
So there's a huge expansive network of dirt roads and gravel kind of south of town, but there's nothing out the front door. So it takes a little bit of commitment to get into some of that gravel. So it's still growing.
You sell commuter bikes, but also cargo bikes.
Yeah.
What made you want to start carrying those?
My own experience with cargo bikes is what made me start wanting to carry those, and that's really why I opened the shop. It had a lot to do with our family's first purchase of a cargo bike, and kind of made me fall in love with cycling again. With a front-loaded cargo bike in particular, a Bach feed style, it was really great to be able to hear what they were pointing at.
Right.
And kind of, they were both pretty young when we got our first cargo bike, and it was transformative.
So how do people react in Tucson when they see a cargo bike? Does it freak them out, or is it a little bit more common sight now?
There's a whole spectrum. They're definitely a little more common sight, for sure. But there's a whole spectrum of reactions, that people kind of behind the window of the cars they go by, very kind of tripped out by what they're seeing. Being where we are, I get a healthy dose of folks that have seen them around, have seen somebody, near campus or something like that on them, and now they get to see them in person up close and ask questions about them.
So we were talking about earlier kind of the eclectic stuff you guys carry, and part of that's a reflection of your personality, your kind of personal interests.
I'm a person that I've never really been a specific type of cyclist. I like bikes. I love to see people riding bikes. That's always been my motivating factor behind working in bike shops and spending my time in the industry. I guess my level of involvement or my level of preference for a given bike is always kind of changing. A given type of cycling is always kind of changing, but that's one of the things I think is great about bike.
Where do you see Transit in a couple years?
We'll be in a bigger location and kind of doing more of what we've already been doing. I'm trying to do a lot more community events, more rides.
Well, thanks for the tour and chatting with us. If you guys find yourself in Tucson, Arizona and want to visit a really unique bike shop, definitely check out Transit Cycles. So if you like this video and want more bike nerdy content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.